Good evening and welcome to this special event live from the MSO's home in Melbourne's South Bank. My name is Steele Foster and I'm the Senior Manager of Learning, Engagement and Innovation with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the people of the Kulin Nation, and pay respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Thank you for joining us for this first event in our Music and Ideas series in 2022. Each of these events are designed to give you the opportunity to discover more about the MSO and the world-class artists, producers, composers, and other people working on stage and behind the scenes with the MSO. Thank you to our presenting partner, the National Foundation for Australia-China Relations, and our East Meets West program partners, the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Melbourne, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism in China, and the Lee Family Trust for supporting us with this masterclass. Tonight we're lucky to be able to present a vocal masterclass with world-renowned tenor Kang Wang. We'll be joined by 3 classical voice students from the Melbourne Conservatorium of Music at the University of Melbourne, Jack Jordan, Joshua Morton Galea and Cen Wei. A masterclass for these performers is a chance to learn from a leading soloist. So let's start. Our first performer, Jack Jordan, will perform Pastorello d'un povero armento from Handel's Rodelinda.
Bravo.
Thank you.
You know, I think this repertoire suits you so well, especially. Should I stand here? Yeah. Okay. It suits you so well, and personally, I've probably only sung one or two arias by Handel from the Baroque period, but it suits you so well.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It's very beautifully done, I think. Do you agree? Yeah, I think so, yeah. And the dynamics and how you approached the Fs and the Gs, it was so beautiful. Yeah. And also, I wrote here, you had excellent use of the straight tone effects, which are mostly, which is very much required in this style and this era, I think. And I just thought, I have some notes, just 1 second. Oh, gelosia.
Yes.
I think by accident you said gelosia or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was some like, maybe just a couple of double consonants, and there was another
like
one.
sotto and
Faggio was fantastic. The first Faggio was a little bit, because sometimes people are picky, especially when you're overseas and when they know, I don't know if you speak Italian, but when they know, or when they think you don't speak Italian, or they become extra picky, and we just have to be really ready. So yeah, we have to be more precise than people who are native speakers. And I thought, well, I'm gonna tell you what I thought was fantastic first. The ending of this part was fantastic. This from here to the ending of this part, it was beautiful. It was fantastic, especially here.
the soft part.
Yeah, especially here, and the rest are soft too. But there are some parts where I thought you could modify your vowel a little bit. I don't want to touch your vocal technique because I don't want to mess with your natural placement. But I thought when you are trying to sing forte on maybe F or G, like here, don faggio, this R vowel, you could place it, you could modify the vowel a little bit more towards O. Because when you were singing O, I noticed that when you were singing O vowel, it was beautiful, it was round. At the same time, the sound didn't spread at all. Because you have this very good placement. But when you were singing R vowel, especially when you were trying to achieve let's say a more like a louder effect.
Yeah.
You probably tried a bit too much.
Too open.
Yeah, it became too open, and when in fact, if you just sang with your full voice and let the air carry your voice out and sing the R maybe in a more focused O vowel, not really O, but like modify the vowel a little bit, it would sound better. And also, like here, you don't even have to. You can still sing dolce, like you did on Contento. I mean, maybe your coach or your vocal voice teacher asked you to sing more like louder on Faggio, but especially here. But I don't think you have to, because I felt, from my experience, we always try to imitate great singers.
Right.
We always try to find a great rendition when, you know, a singer with a similar voice or a voice that's totally different, and then we try to imitate. We try to do what they did that we felt was fantastic. But the thing is, they were doing those effects so well only because they suited their voices. And I think you should only do what your voice can do excellently, and not to just do, you know, what your coach said you should do or what you think you should do from a recording. Yeah, but I think naturally your instincts with this repertoire was already excellent. You don't have to do something extra to do like a louder voice or whatever.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
you know, when I first started, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God, really?
Yeah, yeah.
You look young, but your voice, when I started singing, I dreamed about having a voice like yours.
Oh,
That's so flexible and, you know, so with a nice natural placement that can sing arias and songs with a high tessitura like this. And I dreamed about a voice like this, so flexible like this. And then, you know, I tried to do things that didn't really suit my voice, and then it's like you do this, but eventually you realize, you know, if you just let your voice do what it is best at doing,
Yeah.
but you add things instead of trying to change a lot of things, it's gonna grow by itself. Yeah, yeah. And I think for you, when you try to sing forte, maybe try to modify the vowel a little bit.
Yeah.
The R towards O instead of trying to spread it, because it might sound bigger when you did it in your ear, but it would sound a little bit spread from the audience. Yeah, but if you keep it focused and keep it in your body, yeah, I think you do it really well, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to pull this off. Yeah, yeah, it would be even more impressive. And I know this part, you feel angry at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? You feel the text is really angry, and then you only calm down halfway through here. But when you're being angry, don't be actually angry.
Okay.
Especially when you start the first note.
Yeah.
Fatto. If you sing the first note, fatto, then you know you let too much air go through, and then you wouldn't actually sound angry. You would sound a little bit tired.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you try to be angry with your voice, it's actually counterproductive.
Yeah.
Just sing in full voice and use more of the text, and then you would look and sound angry.
Yeah.
Maybe do some facial expression, whatever. But don't try to act too much with your voice, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because it messes with your natural vocal placement and vocal production. Yeah, this is what a very famous conductor told me once. Yeah, he said, you know, when we try to emote on stage all over the place, we were not serving the audience well, because when we try to emote by, you know, it's when you feel you are emoting all over the place, when you feel you are really acting sometimes, the audience sees someone who is crazy, screaming, just running around on stage with blood coming out of vocal cords. But when we actually try to just be a vessel of the composer and be a vessel of the text, sometimes it could be more effective. Yeah, and they could bring the emotion from the heart of the audience instead of we pouring it all over them. Yeah, yeah, okay. And let me see if I have any other notes. I wrote so many beautiful. Yeah, this was really clean. Al par del trono. This al was really clean and beautiful. It was nice. Oh, you did a weird. You took a weird breath. I don't know. Here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't mean to do that. It's just like I ran out of breath. That was probably the best spot to take it. Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, because it didn't look like you meant to do it. Yeah. Maybe because you were nervous. Yeah. And this one also, you can take. I think if it's allowed by the pianist, orchestra, the conductor, then before the last phrase, e d'oro, you could be more prepared and take a longer breath.
Yeah, a bit more time before that.
Bit more time, yeah, because it's the last phrase you sing, and in the aria, not, yeah, and if it's allowed by the maestro or your repetitor, then yeah, maybe take a bit more time, take a fuller breath.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Would you like to sing it again?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And how much?
If we have time, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just, the rest are so beautiful. I just want to hear the first part of the recit until il tiranno.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, if it's okay with you.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the aria?
Yeah.
The recit.
Oh, the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the rest of the aria was exquisite. Yeah.
You want to measure?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Don't be too angry. I know that
Not too angry, yeah.
Still sing, yeah.
Fato inferno è il mio petto, di più flagelli amate. Ho dentro il cuore tre furie, gelosia. Gelosia, yeah.
I think because you were acting angry, and then you stressed the consonant instead of the vowels, because in Italian, because in English we would stress with the consonants. I kill you, right? But in Italian they would say I kill you, or they would emote on the vowel instead of the consonants more. Yeah, especially when it's a single consonant.
Yes.
It's okay. Maybe from O dentro il cuore. Yeah.
Ho dentro il cuore tre furie, gelosia.
Yeah, there we go.
Steno.
Sdegno.
Sdegno.
Yeah, it's should be voiced, the S before D. Yeah. Sdegno. Yeah, good. Keep going, yeah.
Steno ed amore.
Oh, no, keep going. Sorry, keep going. I just thought that phrase was beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
E da più gole io sento, quasi mastin crudele, il rimorso latrar per mio tormento. Chiamandomi infedele, spergiuro, usurpator, empio e tiranno.
By the way, I know I told you to not act with your voice and use more of the text. That's probably why that you added a few more double consonants which you didn't do before.
Yeah.
Like chiamandomi, infedele, spergiuro. But what I meant by using more of the text was actually you could use more of your lips, make them more like a pocket kind of thing, and that would actually make the what do you call it? The pronunciation much more clear.
Yeah.
And somehow you would sound more angry. Yeah. Instead of, because I thought it's probably my fault that I told you to use more of the text, and then you started adding double consonants, which you didn't do in the first run. Yeah. But beautiful. Very good. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I
Bravo.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Thanks so much, Jack. Our next performer is Joshua Morton Galea, performing from Gounod's Romeo and Juliet, Lève-toi Soleil. Thank you.
quelle soudaine clarté explodit à cette fenêtre. C'est là que dans la nuit rayonne sa beauté. Lève-toi, soleil, fais pâlir les étoiles, qui dans l'azur sans voile brille au firmament. Lève-toi,
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Especially the last note.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I love how you took it up in pianissimo and then forte and then coming back and then all the way into falsetto. It was beautiful.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God. How old are you?
22.
22.
Same age as Jack.
God.
Yeah.
So good. You know, this aria, I used to start all my auditions with this aria,
Yeah?
Romeo's aria. Yeah. It's a fantastic piece, and also somehow it puts my voice in a very good place for whatever, you know, the director might ask for later. So it's a very nice audition piece too. It's very impressive and beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. For people who hear this the first time, I think, at least for me, when the aria actually starts, it's like you feel like the sun is actually gonna rise. You know. Yeah, and also it gives me goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. And do you speak French?
No.
You sounded like you speak French in the recit.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, then you are very well coached.
Thank you.
For the recit. Yeah. You sounded really like, I thought, you know, this guy probably speaks French. Yeah, and then I shouldn't say anything. Yeah, sometimes you don't know what advice to give because the singer is so good. Yeah, but it was very nice. And I think in the recit, it's a common issue with a lot of singers singing this aria, this part of the recit. Right? Here, these are few notes. Just make sure that you prepare them with your breath better, because otherwise there could be some intonation issues with these notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't hear you. I'm sure you didn't hear it, and we don't hear it ourselves. But only people from the audience who are, you know, or on the audition panel, they can hear a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But because the rest of the aria is so perfect, of the recit is so perfect, you don't want, you know, -2 here.
Yeah.
From your score, you know. So just, and also it's such an easy thing to fix. It happens to me too sometimes, and to everybody. And so it's just here, when you are going from this D to the E natural, just make sure that you prepare it well.
Yeah.
Because we are going into our tenor passaggio.
Yeah.
And you just need to make sure that you prepare well, and then your voice wouldn't feel such a sudden change, and then your breath didn't support well, and then, you know, it sounds a little bit lower than it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the la was very nice covering. The covering was nice. I thought maybe it could be while maintaining the placement and the focus. It could be less or.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's probably a bit too much modified, the vowel. But it was really nice. It's a nice sound. Yeah, but if changing it towards a more R vowel makes the sound worse, don't do it. Yeah, maintain your natural placement. Yeah, because I thought this was our own natural placement. It's a very important thing. You don't want to mess with it. I didn't used to understand this, and then I messed a lot with how I produce my voice, how I place my voice. And then after years of messing around, I realized all I needed to fix was actually just my breath support. And it's the same with most young singers, I think. If you just improve on your breath support, maintain the natural placement, because on your high notes, the placement, and also around here when you modify the vowel, when you cover, the placement was fantastic, and the resonance was great. You just need to keep improving your breath support, and eventually your voice will grow naturally. Yeah, but for me, I'm because I used to be a programmer, and I like tinkering around things, and I just messed around with my voice for a lot, and eventually I realized I just should have just improved my breath support instead of, you know, messing around the placement and everything. Yeah, but you have a very good one, so just keep it. And because otherwise you have to get it back later. Yeah, and when you were starting I don't think I need to hear the recit again, because was great. Actually, maybe, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just tell you, I'll tell you something, and then I will stop you, and no, I'll let you sing, and we can do like start and stop, you know. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And when you start the aria, make sure that you are fully prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you normally prepare for a note that's almost getting into the passaggio, but for me, I felt I would breathe deeper. I would breathe deeper and feel like the breath support is here, and then feel like you are breathing all the way to the lower back.
Yeah.
So you open up completely, and then you start the note. Because sometimes if the breath is not prepared well, if it's shallow or a bit too constricted, then you would start or instead of yeah. So because you are saying rise the sun.
Yeah.
We want to have this same feeling, you know. And also the music is preparing you for this phrase to be not widespread but open.
Yeah.
And feeling this instead of
Yeah.
I think you know what I mean. Yeah. And it didn't happen in the second phrase, but in the first phrase when you sang I think you didn't take a very good breath, so you couldn't hold this one really well.
Yeah.
But it only happened in the first phrase. The second time when you did it was beautiful. And there's no doubling in French, I think. So just do yeah, because I when I was getting my coaching in New York, there was this he's both a conductor and a vocal coach. He's a fantastic guy, French, and he said, don't double the consonants. This is not Italian, and French should be always like, and also he said the essence of the French style can be summarized in one word, which is precision, which makes this even more important, how you approach the first note, and also how you maintain the intonation, and how you express yourself with the text.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here I thought, here, because they are both, this is around your passaggio, I thought you sang more openly, I think, which suits the text, right? Because which suits the text, but I felt Romeo is a huge role.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you cover at the right places.
Yeah.
Because this is only second act.
Yeah.
And you have another 3 acts to go. And it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. So if you sing too openly in the beginning, you might run into trouble later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done this role before, and it's a huge thing. So maybe think about it. I mean, talk to your voice teacher and your trusted coach and see what they think. I just felt here, although it suits the text to sing more openly because it sounds sweeter, but you can sing sweet with covering, not too much cover, not covering from key, but like a little bit.
Yeah.
Would be better. Yeah. So you want to protect your vocal cords and your muscle here, and you want to protect them, and also to keep the voice as fresh as possible, even after singing this aria. Yeah. And for the ending, I just thought it was great what you did. It was fantastic what you did. You took it up in pianissimo and big and small, but I thought it's probably one dynamic too much.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was, because you take it up and then it's small, and then you take crescendo and then diminuendo. If I know you want to show it off, you have it, you want to show it off, but maybe just sing it in forte and then take a huge diminuendo and hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's always more effective. Even if you don't do the diminuendo, it's always more effective if you hold it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know why people want to do it, because Franco Corelli can do it.
Yeah.
But he did it with, and then every time he does it, people start screaming.
Yeah.
But every single time you notice, he did it with he held the note for like I don't know, 15 seconds in pianissimo. So reserve your breath and take it up and then hold it in pianissimo and hold it long.
Yeah.
That's more effective than doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when Corelli does the diminuendo, there are people who can do the diminuendo at the end too, but it's not as effective. Why? Because sometimes they used up all the breath doing the diminuendo and they couldn't hold the note.
Yeah.
Just hold the note. Doesn't matter if it's forte or pianissimo. Then if you hold it long enough,
yeah,
they are gonna go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's not a top note. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all. I think it was fantastic. But I'd like to hear this again, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Sure.
you want to sing again?
Yeah, more than happy to.
You're fine.
Absolutely.
You're fine. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go through.
Yeah. I mean, because now you've done it already. I just thought, whenever you feel, this is what I tell my students all the time too, whenever you feel like you were constricting, you were tired, you were running out of stamina, stop and restart.
Yeah.
For this too. This is not a performance. So stop and restart, because training in singing is about building the right muscle memory. And when you are tired or when you feel constricted, if you keep pushing and push towards the end of the note, you are only learning how to sing it wrongly again.
Yeah.
So when you're singing again this time, when you feel constricted or tired, just start the phrase again. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, because I'm going to stop you sometimes too.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
L'amour, oui, son ardeur a troublé tout mon être. Mais quelle soudaine clarté resplendit à cette fenêtre. C'est là que dans la nuit rayonne sa beauté. Lève-toi, soleil, fais pâlir les étoiles qui dans l'azur s'envolent, brillent au firmament.
Wait. Here. Beautiful. By the way, the intonation in that second phrase, fantastic.
Yeah,
in the
good.
rest, it was fantastic. So beautiful. Because when it's right there, this phrase actually can give people goosebumps too. Yeah. And here, I don't know, like, lève-toi, lève-toi. If you want, if it's mutually agreed between you and the repetitor, you could speed up a little bit. Like there's an urge. Yeah. I mean, that's what I used to do, but you have to communicate first with the maestro, with the conductor, or with your pianist. But I thought if you want, you could start speeding up a little bit because you feel the urge.
Yeah.
You are talking about the sun going up, but you really mean Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you just want to see her so badly, so you could speed up here a little bit. And also because when you are actually performing this with an orchestra, it could save you some energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because going through the passaggio, climbing up, you don't have to hold it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And But I mean, if you feel fine, it's okay too. Can we go from the second phrase and then to the second time when you come back, and then to the end, like just the last 2 pages?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah.
Just from
So yeah, because I just want to hear that pianissimo because it's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
From the Lève-toi.
Lève-toi, pare, pare, astrepire, charmant, viens, pare, I just want to hear you hold that note. It's yeah, because it's so beautiful. Yeah, I want to hear it again.
Yeah, sure.
Bravo. That's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we come to our final performer for this evening, Cen Wei, who will perform Mozart's Dalla sua pace.
Dalla sua pace, la mia dipende, che quella piace, vita mi rende. Dalla sua pace, la mia dipende, quel che a lei piace, vita mi rende, quel che lei ne cresce.
Bravo. Beautiful.
Thank you.
This is one of the most difficult arias written by Mozart. It's really difficult. Yeah. It doesn't sound so, especially when you sing it, but it's actually quite difficult. How old are you?
26.
26.
Yeah.
When I was 26, I would literally choke myself to death when I try to sing this. So, yeah. And it's difficult because there's something called tessitura in the opera world, which means, I don't know, tessitura. It's like where most of the notes lie, in the piece. So for this one, the tessitura is quite high, which means he sings a lot of the higher notes instead of singing C or D all night. It's all around E, F, G, which are tenor passaggio, which is like part of the tenor passaggio, which is where the voice sort of breaks, and you have to train yourself to make sure your muscle coordination can take you through the passaggio. Make sure that your voice can stay in a place without going too high or too low, and which makes this aria really difficult. I think you have a very good natural placement too, like you told me, and but sometimes, because I used to sing like this too,
Yeah.
and sometimes if you place your voice too much with your neck,
Yeah.
it would sound a bit constricted, but you don't have to change a lot. You don't have to change the placement. You just need to make sure, well, it's hard to try to make sure of that, but you just need to make sure that you place your voice naturally around here,
Yeah, right.
and
Yeah,
it's easy for you.
yeah.
You just need to try to see if you could place it from here directly to this part, instead of letting your throat and closing the throat and using the neck to constricting the neck muscles to achieve that effect. But that will come naturally by working on the breath support. Yeah, which is hard to do because when I during my training in the past 10 years, there were always, master singers who told me, you need to work on your breath support, but I literally couldn't understand how to use it until like in recent years. Because sometimes it's something that you just couldn't feel. People tell you, oh, you need to support better, but how? But I think I told you this before.
Yeah.
When people talk about breath support, we often think you need to support the sound, use the air to support the sound and push it out or whatever. No, it's actually quite the opposite. Breath support is called appoggio. People say appoggio in Italian. And that word literally means leaning, means lean. So you are not actually pushing, you are leaning against your breath. And that's what you should do. You should try to find out if you could lean on the breath, and with that, with the leaning feeling, reach the same resonance, same placement. It's hard to do, but yeah. But you get it eventually. And I just felt, for the interpretation,
Yeah.
you didn't have to. Well, because this aria. Because it starts from nothing, right?
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
like one chord, and
Yeah,
then
one chord,
from nothing you start. This often makes us feel intimidated to sing, to actually sing with our full voice, because you think it's Mozart and it's Dalla sua pace, you should be singing Dalla sua pace. But when you feel like doing pianissimo with a constricted sound, it makes it a lot worse. If you just sing with your normal voice first, and then it would be actually a better effect, especially here. Morte, morte mi da. If you sing morte, then you are not. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make a smaller sound.
Yeah, right. That's what I do.
But making a smaller sound with a constricted throat is much worse than making a normal and full sound with an open throat. Yeah. So I know the effect you are trying to achieve is expected. It's expected. But I think you should practice singing this in your full voice first. And once you don't constrict anymore, then you try to find your piano from there. Because if you keep singing morte, morte, you're only training the wrong muscle memory. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here I think I would encourage you to sing full, but not screaming. Just sing normally. Yeah, with a good support and good breathing before every phrase. You're seeing some weird text here. It's quel che a lei piace.
Am I doing?
You did like
reverse again?
You sound like che quel.
Oh yeah.
You did it several times. I think it's always the same text. Quel che a lei piace.
I know what happened.
Yeah, and also here, sella. It's not. I think you did sella. You added an e vowel. Yeah, sella, and and here. The rhythm was a little bit weird here. So sweet anch'io, e mia quell'ira, quel pianto è mio e non ho bene.
I was trying to steal a breath. Or something.
Oh, you were trying to steal a breath. Quel pianto è mio. I guess you could do that. Yeah.
It's like a comma.
Yeah. If you weren't running out of breath, then you should just stay with the rhythm written. But if you were trying to steal a breath, then it's okay. Yeah. But here, I know the piano is written here.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't sacrifice your sound for the effect. It's like what I told him when he was singing Romeo. Like we always try to imitate other singers' rendition, what they did. But the thing is, that's how their voice naturally works. And if you try to achieve an effect that works against your voice, it's not going to be good for your vocal development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because you would train your voice to constrict over and over and over because you wanted to sing piano, when you could actually sing in full voice and let the piano come later. Franco Corelli didn't get his piano until he was like much later in his career. If he tried to sing piano when he first started learning to sing, he wouldn't become the singer we later know. Yeah, I know maybe your voice teacher or your coach would want you to sing in piano in certain parts, but I might get into trouble for this. But I don't want you to mess with your vocal production. You need to learn the good, correct vocal production first before you attempt a very technical effect such as a high piano. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because here, if you just sing normally here, se la donna, you did a beautiful piano here. You did a beautiful piano here.
With no chord in the throat or something.
No, you did a beautiful piano here, but when you were trying to do it here, you sounded constricted. Yeah, you just let the voice work by itself and make sure you support well.
Yeah.
Don't try to achieve something that is above your voice capability. Yeah. And here, there's only one N. There's no. is only one N. You sound like bed, I think. And here, I know, I think you were probably trying to regain your stamina and your breath after.
some sort of.
He did. But if you look at the floor and you get out of character, then the audience can see the disconnection.
Oh yeah.
You need to. I think you should. Of course, you should prepare. You should recover, but you can do. Stay in character and stay in connection with the audience, because if you disconnect, they actually think you are nervous. They would actually think that you were nervous. But if you stay in connection, you keep your eyes open and stay in connection with the audience. Even if you were nervous, they wouldn't notice. Yeah, just keep the eye contact and take a good breath and then start again. And because it was beautiful. I didn't understand why you had to look down and get out of character and come back. Yeah, and when you are singing, this is F natural.
F natural.
You were singing, the A vowel can be more focused, and you could lift your soft palate more, and let the vowel be vertical. Instead of you know what I mean? Yeah. Otherwise it doesn't sound Italian. Yeah, it's difficult because we are Asian. We have to be extra precise, because a lot of the time people think, does he know what he's talking about? We have to be really precise. Yeah, it's I know it's a PC, political correct. There's all that involved, but in Europe, you have to be really precise. Yeah, because otherwise they would think, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And here the same. Morte, morte mi da. Make sure the sound is there first before you do anything. Don't constrict first. Make the sound. Make the sound first, and then do anything else later. Yeah, because I think vocal production is always it should always be your highest priority. Yeah, I'm not saying text or acting is not important, but at your stage you are developing a voice, you are building your instrument, and it's important that you build it well. You build the muscle memory correctly. Yeah, because later when you try to correct it, trust me, it's really hard. Yeah, like I learned Che gelida manina, one of the most difficult arias from La Bohème, when I could barely sing, like a long time ago, and I had so much to correct later. Now, but muscle memory is the hardest thing to change. So make sure that you build your voice well. Yeah. Do we still have time? 2 minutes? Okay. Can I hear it?
Yeah.
Can I hear it from just? God, where's? Sorry.
Which place?
I want to hear it from. Sospiro anch'io. Just sing in your normal voice. Sing in your normal voice. Don't try to do anything that's too much above your capability. Yeah. By that I mean, the too much pianissimo. Yeah. Just sing in your normal voice, and then when you feel it's flowing, it's vibrating normally, relaxed, you can do something. Let the voice come out first. Give them the voice first. But you have a very good voice. Yeah.
One bar before.
Thank you.
Sala sospira, sospiro anch'io, e mia quell'ira,
Not bene. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Okay.
Sadly, that brings us to the end of tonight's event. I'd like to thank again our presenting partner, the National Foundation for Australia-China Relations, and our East Meets West guest programs, the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Melbourne, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and the Lee Family Trust for their support. Of course, an enormous thank you to Kang Wang. Thank you for your... Thank you. And to our three performers. And of course, yes, to Amir, our pianist. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful place.
Thank you to those of you who've joined us from home, and thank you to everyone who's here with us live in the room. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.